Because they don't want to settle it. They want to keep it going. And if you talk to people, a lot of times you settle things. You don't want to settle it. You want to keep it going. You want to keep something going. So you talk to other people about people. So I find out sometimes that it's going on, and I say to them, honey, don't waste your time and energy being jealous of me. Because I have the requisite gifts for what I'm called to do. I can't do what you're called to do. You have to do what you're called to do. And if you don't do what you're called to do, there's a void in the body. Does anybody understand what I'm saying? But you don't want my job. Because I'm a designer's original. I'm one of a kind. Created by the master with one purpose in mind. To be a showcase of God's glory for the world to see. That's good. I'm a designer's original, and so are you. So unity does not fit the comfortable idea of unanimity and sameness. We are not the same. And we will not agree on all things. But it is unity that holds us together. Now, you got to fight to have it. You got to fight to have it. And it means being made uncomfortable. That means if you hear somebody say something, call them. Say, look at here. Somebody told me that you said thus and so. And I'm not calling anybody before I call you.
That's the way.
And I'm going to ask you, did you say that? And if so, what was it about me that caused you to come to that conclusion? Don't call a tea party.
That's it.
There you go. If you hear what I said, don't put anything on Facebook. I want to tell you right now, stay off Facebook if you're not praying. Just stay off of it. When you write that email, don't push the send button. Just print a copy and read it to yourself. See how you would receive it. Anybody understand me? Yes. Then get on the phone or take a drive and talk to your sister. Talk to your brother. Get up in their face. And ask them, what is it about me? What is the issue that you have? Fight for unity. You won't get it being passive. It's not going to come easy. Roll up on them when you see them drive up and park their car. Roll up on them, say, come here, let me talk to you for a minute. I need to find out what's going on. Because I'm your sister and I'm your brother. And by this shall all men know that we are Christ's disciples.
That's good, Bishop.
Sometimes sometimes it feeds our pride to think that somebody is talking about us, discussing us, jealous of us, angry with us. Let me just tell you, beloved, put it down in its infancy. Go to work on it. Because you have your crew. And before you know it, your crew is mad at their crew. And then y'all's crews are mad at the other crews. And then it's the Hatfields and McCoys. And it's a mess. Particularly now. Because we're in process. There's bereavement associated with process. Am I telling the truth?
Yes, you are.
Anybody understand what I mean when I say bereavement? There's loss and there's gain. It's like the cycle of life. We bury some and we birth some. Let me say it again. We stand over some and we have a wake and we watch with them until we take them to the cemetery. And there are others that we midwife and we coax. Come on now. Into giving birth. Come on. And then there's a nursery. And it takes grown people to manage a nursery. Anybody understand what I'm saying? And we have to bring them along. And there's only one way to do it. And that's if we have addressed the things that divide us.
That's right.
We must address it. Somebody said, well, Bishop, why don't you address it? There's a couple folks said, well, you need to call so-and-so and such and such. I said, no, I'm not even going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Because I don't want you to settle whatever your issues may be Because I called you.
That's right.
Because then you do it for me.
Yeah, not for yourself.
And there is something far more important than I am. Because by this shall all men know that we are Christ's disciples. Now, what if the Lord changes your job and your role as we move forward in ministry?
Right, okay. All right.
What if you have to back up and make room for somebody else? What about that? What happens if your job is less being the one who does what you do? And you have to share it with 5 or 6 people or 10 people.
That's right.
Spread it out.
That's right.
Somebody said to me, how can you have so many pastors at City of Refuge? I said it takes every pastor we have to minister to the needs of our people.
That's right.
Does anybody hear what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
And every one of them excellent in their own regard.
Oh, yes.
And I want to say to you, does it diminish me? No, by any stretch of the imagination. Somebody said to me in the fellowship, said, well, you're making bishops, so are you going to be an archbishop? I said, oh God, no. Jesus, God in heaven, with a thing, a stick, and a hat, and all the different things. And then I said, I'm having trouble wearing the stuff I'm wearing now. I said, this is far enough. They said, well, they'll have the same title as you. And I said, if the people don't know who I am by now, they're not going to get it confused. Because we consecrate other bishops. Listen to me, Billy.
That's right.
By this
Yes.
shall all men know who we really are, City of Refuge. Who are we really in the earth? Why did God carve out this space in time for us to do and be something that most of us thought was literally impossible? And then to watch it replicate from state to state and city to city and denomination to denomination. And an old school Presbyterian church called us this month to preach and sing and introduce Mother Miller as my spouse. Who thought we would live long enough to see it happen? I just left a room full of Lutherans. Just before that, a room full of Methodists. So y'all don't hear what I'm saying. You all don't get what I'm saying today. I need you to understand what I'm saying today. There are people who have angst about our move to Oakland. And their angst is not because they don't want a church that is affirming in Oakland. Their angst is because they are afraid. That they're LGBT and affirming people who have been made to believe they have nowhere else to go will suddenly find that perhaps they do.
That's the word. It is.
There's some angst about that. I don't have to think I know. I was told that by somebody with angst. So I don't have to wonder about whether that's true. And my word to them was, yours is yours.
Right.
Ours is ours. Who God sends us, we receive. We're not coming to destabilize anything or anybody. We have no ill will toward anybody. Because by this shall all men and women know that we are Christ's disciples.
Right.
That we have love one to another. I need you to go to somebody